McCurrick. He's going to have to catch a little bit more to get out of this hand.
Flop coming. Oh, there's 2 diamonds on board there, and you know that McCurrick will like that. He's got a straight and a flush draw.
20.
Diamond would make him the nuts.
Very big hand for John McCurrick on this flop.
He's bet 20,000 on the strength of it. And can Graham Pound suss this one out, or is he going to suspect a bluff?
Well, if he suspects a bluff and decides to move all his chips in the middle, I'm pretty sure that John McCurrick's going to oblige and join him.
And even though Graham's leading with the ace-10 high, Gary, is he favorite?
Well, John McCurrick's got a big draw. He's actually got 3 8s. He's got all 4 6s and the diamonds out there. That's going to give him a total of 15 cards, which is a big hand for anyone to have, and that actually makes him a slight favourite over Graham Pound's hand.
Pound very calm, but he's considering putting his stack in here. This could be the decision of the tournament for him so far.
Pass.
And he's made the right decision. Folded him up. He did not want to play a big pot there. McCurrick willing to gamble all the way. And the racing man will take the pot. Gary, he's caught the flops when he's needed them.
Yeah, that's been a real sign of how John McCurrick's done over the both the celebrity qualifier and this one. Is he just hasn't missed. He's whenever he's needed the cards, they've come for him, and that's the sign of someone that's in form, and he's definitely that.
And Pound 3rd out of 4 with 80,000. He's starting to look a bit uncomfortable. His chips all in one stack. That's not what you want. Barry Hearn first to act off the blind. He's the chip leader, the big Bazza. He's got everything going his way right now, including starting cards.
Raise to 16.
And he says 6
Raise
plus
to
10,
16,000.
16,000 is the bet. Oh, he may catch some action from Yannick here. Ace-10 usually looks good four-way, Gary.
Absolutely, and he might think that Barry's just using his chips to be aggressive, and might decide it's time to make a stand, especially with the amount of chips he's got.
Yannick, shortest stack at the table on 70,000. 16,000 if he wants to call. And he's trying to have a look at Barry Hearn. See if there's strength.
Pass.
Conservative fold, but it was the right decision.
Pass.
Passed around to the big blind. Pound could not compete. Give the money to Barry Hearn. He's won a few in a row there. And, well, he seems nigh unstoppable.
At the moment, he looks very, very strong.
263,000, only 600,000 chips in play, but Barry Hearn's going to need every one of them if he wants to make the final table. With a shot at everlasting glory. And as you said before, Gary, amazing sport, poker, where a 23-year-old can be sat between two guys with all these experience and have every bit of chance.
He just needs to catch a couple of cards, Yannick. Catch a little bit of form. He's under a bit of pressure at the moment, but...
9 high, no help for the Dane. But McCurrick creeping in with the Queen-9 from the button.
Call.
Graham's easy going. Suited connectors. And it'll be Barry Hearn's option from the big blind. And if he checks, we'll be three-way here for the flop. $18,000 in the pot. Action will be on Graham Pound when this flop comes down, and Graham has found a pair, 5 in the pocket, matching the 5 on board, but he doesn't seem to like it.
$15,000.
Big bet with no hand,
Pass.
and Hearn takes it down, taking Graham off the pair.
That's showing that Barry Hearn's prepared to use his chips. He's prepared to steal the pots, and that's kind of the one thing that we needed to see to make sure he was definitely going to be odds on to win this one, and I really fancy his chances now.
Yeah, Bazza playing with the battering ram and slugging it out against the chip leader is no fun for anyone. These players are going to have to pick up a hand if they want to take Barry on. Or are they?
I think they're going to be hard-pressed to get these chips off Barry now. I really do. I think he's playing a very good game. The only person who's got well, I think anyone who decides to kind of open up and start being really aggressive pre-flop has got a chance. I don't know if Barry Hearn's going to be making big removes against anyone, but he's not going to be an easy man to get those chips off.
6,000 is the big blind. Remember, it's tournament poker here. If you lose your chips, you're out of the game. No rebuys. Players well advised to guard their stacks carefully. Barry Hearn, he's flat called from the small blind, picked up the pocket aces yet again.
Laying the trap for Yannick. At the moment, he hasn't got anything he wants to put any chips in with, but possibly the flop's going to give him an excuse.
12,000 in the center, and Yannick does not want to say a jack or six, but he doesn't know it.
Yannick's played his get-out-of-jail-free card. Hasn't hit anything.
Clear sailing right now for Barry Hearn. Says, how much can I bet to reel this guy in?
10,000.
I got 5 high, so.
Yannick nearly honest there. 5 high, he says, but he couldn't
Aces
make
again.
a pair. And Barry Hearn shows the 2 aces. Says, well done, son.
Well, hope not. How many more times do you want?
It's grand pound right now. 6,000 to call. More to pump up the volume.
Pass.
And Barry Hearn may do just that from the button. Oh my.
No, that's 3.
Friends with the dealer here. Barry Hearn seeing the 2 kings. And he's just called again. Gary, he loves to trap.
Yes, he seems to be desperately trying to get someone in there to try and catch something.
And is that the kind of thing that can backfire on you too often?
Oh, absolutely. But I think he might actually be getting a customer at some point in this particular hand.
Yannick Rang with the 5-6 suited. Those are the kind of cards you like to see cheap flops with. McCrearick checking in the big blind. We're 3-way here. Barry with the 2 kings on the button, and McCrearick's got big cards as well. This pot could have been very big already.
Yeah, if Barry Hearn had put a little bit of action in on the button rather than trying to lay a trap, he could have got himself a good customer. But let's just hope an ace doesn't come down for Barry's sake.
Oh, I do believe everybody's got something. That is a World's Fair flop. Yannick's got a flush draw. McCrearick's got an open-ended straight draw. 9 or king would give him the nuts. And Barry Hearn with the 2 kings leading at this stage.
10,000.
10,000 comes fired out from John
Re-raised.
McCrearick. Ray says Hearn.
20,000 total. 10 more.
10 to 20. And what's Yannick going to do here, Gary?
He's basically got to decide on whether he wants to put all his chips in there on the flush draw. I think if he was going to compete in this pot, he really should have just moved his chips in there once the flop come down. Now, he's pretty sure he's going to get a caller if he puts all his chips in there, and he can't fancy if he hits a 6 or a 5 it's going to be any good. So he's just going to have a flush draw, and he won't like that.
48,000 in the center already, and Yannick Rang has a 20,000 chip decision. Which is, wow, he's folded the flush draw.
I think that's a good fold in his situation. Once he's decided to play it softly, he wanted a free card. He wasn't going to get it on this flop, so he's now managed to move away and he can fight it again.
We're still head up, though, and McCrearick's got a whole bunch of outs against the 2 kings. Turn card to come. Oh, no. Oh, my.
Something for everyone.
Almost like a setup. John McCrearick has just made an ace-high straight. Barry Hearn has made 3 kings.
25,000.
25,000.
And McCrearick's folded. 25,000 was bet. McCrearick, who has an ace-high flush draw, And the
Anders
nut straight
has actually folded his hand. I think he must have misread.